Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and gamers, to another episode of LORECRAFT. Now, let's talk problems. First of all, there's very few buildings here. It's very empty, and that needs to be changed. It's supposed to be like a city. Another problem is that is still here. Honestly, it looks like a dirt meteorite fell down here. That needs to be taken care of. So there's two problems. Another problem. I have 4 of these left and no gunpowder anywhere. So that's a problem. We need a creeper farm. So there's a third problem. Fourth problem. I have no experience and I'm kind of sick of using a fish farm to get experience. So that's a problem. Now the best XP farm I know of is an Enderman farm or a Guardian farm. We are not going to do Guardians. Not going to do Guardians. And we would need an End farm, which requires a lot of carpet, which we don't have a sheep farm, which is a problem. So if we tally it all up, we have lack of buildings, we have the mound I'm standing on, we have the fact that we don't have a creeper farm, an XP farm, no carpets. And honestly, the problem that most of you probably stuck with is the fact that, let me just show you a good view of it. Wow, I didn't think we would get that high. That looks really ugly from the top. So obviously what we're going to do in this episode is ignore all our problems and go on an adventure. Oh, how I wish. Let me tell you guys the goal I have for this city here. I want this to be a big, bustling city, a bunch of buildings, a bunch of things going on by episode 40. That's right, episode 40. And this is episode 33. We don't have much time. So I'm going to save these like nobody's business. We're not going to let go of them. But we're not going to be working in here today because, well, we've been working here for a long time. Did I just... There. We've been working in here a long time, and honestly, I don't think we need to be in here for another episode in a row. So, instead of doing that, we're going to work on putting up a few more buildings around the place here, because this needs to become populated. So, I'll catch you back when I get a few basic layouts going. Alright? Alright. Alright guys, welcome back. As you might be able to tell, we are in a little bit of a different place. This is my creative testing builds world, and I actually had to go pretty far away because I have a few things planned out over in that direction that I don't want to spoil for you guys. So, you can't see it. But this is basically our palette overall for the village currently. It's a whole lot of grays with one real color block, and it's a spruce log. Now obviously we have our options of woods that we can use and stuff like that, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about palette. I've told you guys about texturing and stuff like that before, to go from your smoothest to your most textured, your most messy block. But when it comes to palette, you have to understand, first of all, the grays here are almost always used somewhere in almost every build that I've ever seen. And if they aren't used at all, kudos to them, because it's actually kind of tough to get away with not using them. But when it comes to the other blocks, where it's the logs and the colored blocks, it sounds weird to say it like that, but that's what they are. They're the dyed blocks. They're less frequently used, and the reason is that they have certain colors and a certain palette begins to form. Now the reason why not everything always works together is these are completely neutral grays. That's what they are. They're neutral grays, and there's cool grays and warm grays. This is a warm gray. You can kind of tell because there's almost a reddish tinge to it, while this is more like a cool gray because there's almost like a bluish, it's less saturated kind of. It's a bluish tinge to it. So we focus mostly on the warmish side in our village. So those are probably going to be out, and these are probably going to be out for the most part. We might use some carpets, not that one though. So we need to pick a warm block. So out of these, right away I can tell you that that and that are not right. Out of these remaining, this one is, that one's warm, this one's warm, this one is, honestly, it's just more lightly colored. It's not really a warmer color, so, and I think that that one isn't quite it right either. We don't have jungle wood, so we're working with oak. If you do that with several different blocks and different textures that you like that you would want in your build, you're able to find a pretty good way to be able to do it. Now, honestly, for ours, I mean, its main color is gray. So when you look through here, we don't need pink. We don't need brick slabs, ever, in almost any build. We don't need glowstone, necessarily, because we're not working on magical things right now. We don't need to build it out of melons. A lot of these things just don't fit with a warm gray kind of palette. Now, there are probably a few things throughout the decoration blocks, like an anvil can work pretty well. Even though it's more of a cool gray, it is not a full block necessarily, so because of that, it's less of it where it is, which makes it so it's an accent as opposed to a feature. Because of that, we're also able to use the, if I can find it, it's here somewhere, the iron gates, the iron bars, that's right. It also has this, it's actually a warm and cool texture. As you can see, there's some warm here and some cool here. But when it's with all this, the cool sticks out a lot more because it's an accent. It's not a full-size block. So I'm going to go through, find a decent palette, and get a few, as you might be able to say, template houses built up, and we'll move on from there. All right? I just had an idea. What happens if I'm just really curious. If I break that, huh. Good to know. Alright, well, moving on. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and gamers, to our two lovely, humble abodes. First here on the left, perfect for the average bachelor here. Very small entrance here, but that is just alright. It's just you and no one else. Small bedroom, able to be furnished to your liking. And over here is a small kitchenette, mini fridge, and stove included with your purchase. As you can tell here, we have two different style roofs. We have the two going horizontally and one going vertically across here. And don't worry, we'll take care of any strange things that occur in your roof, and we'll make sure everything looks just right. Now, this may seem a little bland, but that's all right because you're not paying too much for it. So I hope you enjoy your small little house for just you. And moving on, if you are married, this is the perfect house for you. As you can tell, there is a lot of decoration going on the outside, very well furnished for you and your likings. Now, as you can tell, there's plenty of window space. You're able to see right on in, be able to have as much open, fresh air as you wish, but also if you'd like, you can hang up some curtains to be able to block out your pesky neighbors from looking in. Door not included just yet, but if you walk in, you have a full kitchenette here. Isn't that lovely? And if you go on up here, up your ladder, here's your small bedroom for you and your partner. Isn't that fantastic? The rest is able to be furnished how you like, including your deck out here. Isn't that just lovely? Then you continue up here to the top and you have an exposed roof. Do whatever you would like up here. If you'd like to have this be your bath, go ahead, but we will not accept any dignity or respect from you because that's kind of gross to bathe out in public. But anything else that you need to do up here can be done, and it is all yours for the small price of, well, we're not going to go into the economics of LORECRAFT, but I mean, hey, I think they're pretty good builds. Back to LORECRAFT. Alright, and welcome back, guys. So it's a different day for me, but that's just fine. So I've been looking at what we designed in the last clip, trying to figure out the exact dimensions of it, planning it all out, and I'm thinking that with this house over here, it's like a one room, and originally we said this was going to be the rich district, but I mean, let's just take a quick look at this in comparison to the two we built the other day. I mean, it's very well textured, I will say, and the house itself I would consider to be very good looking, but practical side, I mean, when I'm looking for a house, I'm not looking for the most beautiful thing, the most well decorated, because if it doesn't have an oven in it, I'm done for. I need food. So I think this over here is going to become the poor district, actually, which sounds so awful that I'm segregating, but I mean, it's Minecraft, keep that in mind. But I think over here will be the more less well off. And also, if you think about it, well, yes, you are next to the mayor's house, but you're also overlooked by the mayor's window. He doesn't want to look at those that are almost equally as wealthy. He wants to look down on people, because this is a prideful governor, if you don't remember, prideful king. So I figured maybe we could put the rich people over in this corner, all by the Wizards College and stuff like that, because it's the poor people in this society, this lore, that are going to be going to the mines. It's the rich people that get to go to college. So I think we're going to put it over here. And if I remember correctly, which I might not, I believe the correct dimensions for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's see here, I believe it's something along these lines. Then it's 1, 2, 3. Then this one goes back. However many went forward. Yep, 1, 2, 3. I'm starting to get a little lost because this is hard. Right. And I think that is the correct shape, which looks really, really weird. But the way I'm going to be doing this is with some command block fancy editing stuff to be able to show you guys an interesting progression of this. So I'm going to get all that set up. Don't worry, everything will be all right for those of you that don't like me when I do it. And we're going to get this thing built. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know. Honestly, I'll put a little poll up. Do you guys enjoy this style of editing that I'm about to do? I know it's weird to ask beforehand, but honestly, I really want to know, and I want to make sure I don't forget to ask. So poll up in the corner. I can't look up in the corner. I'm struggling. All right, I'll catch you guys back in a little bit. All right. Alright guys, and welcome back. We got that all finished up. All the command blocks are out of the way. As you can tell, I just got back into survival mode. And that's not the right button. That's the right button. It takes a lot to make the content you guys look forward to. But let's do a quick little tour. We have our small little kitchenette like you guys saw a little while ago, all done up. This is a 1-to-1 recreation. Chests are empty, but I thought it would be a nice little touch. We have access to the roof, which I really like. And my favorite part of all this is I have an elytra launcher of gravity. And as you can tell over here, we tore out the sugarcane farm, and we have plans for the bachelor build. It's like I thought ahead. What do you figure? What are the odds of that? But I'm gonna just go ahead and do this, and I'll show you when I'm done. I'll catch you back in a couple moments. By the way, very close, but if you've ever seen many poor neighborhoods, those that are a little more strapped for cash, a lot of the buildings are compressed next to each other, so that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can tell here, I went with a crucial design change that I really think just pulls the entire thing all together. This small painting, I really think, just makes this bedroom feel a lot more homey than it did before. So I think that works out pretty well. Kitchen is the same, in here is the same, and yeah, I don't think much else has changed from the original design I had. Now, with both of these, I think that, especially this one, I'm gonna texture it up really good and just kind of make it... This one's textured up that it looks interesting, but it's not too worn down. Like, the roof feels a little bit worn, but when we were building it, that we were going for something that looks pretty nice. So this isn't really worn though. I'm going to try to make this one worn down. So I'm going to work on that maybe off screen, but for now I think we need to take a quick break and see really where we are and what more we can get done in this episode. Alright, Alright, and I've decided what we're gonna do. We are getting rid of the meteor of dirt for the last little bit of this. Maybe a little bit after that we can find something else to do, but this needs to go. So I'm gonna kick it into first person time lapse mode, and we're gonna level it out. Max height is gonna be right here. So wish me luck. Yeah, wish me luck. So I thought that I'd be able to do this without beacon. No, I'm gonna go get my beacon. This'll no beacon. Beacon's up. Back to work. Alright, so I know that this looks ugly right now, but I thought we could play our favorite game. How many ghost blocks are there? Because I've been running into a lot of them. I don't know if you could tell with the time lapse, but I bet it's going to be a lot. So give me a quick second to relog. Good, good. Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought there were like pretty much we didn't even mine, but still, I understand Mojane's doing their best to work on this, and I am grateful for it. I will never be upset with Mojane for trying to fix bugs, even if it is difficult and it takes a while, but it is so strange. Like, it's just like, oh, well, it didn't register that you dug that block out, so sorry, but you're going to suffocate by air. It's a very interesting bug, but I'm going to patch all this up, make everything look nice and good, and I'll catch you guys back here when I am done. Alright? Alright. I find this crazy just looking at this. Like, we have so much more space to fill basically now, it feels like. But I think that this is going to round up near the end of it. Going to do a little bit of terraforming, fill this part in with grass, because honestly I don't see any reason why this would get that low that quickly. So I'm going to catch you guys back when I'm done with this, and we will burn some diorite. Alright? Alright. Well guys, we did a whole lot in this episode. First of all, we're standing in a spot that was full of dirt and rock just the episode before. We built that small house, that a little bit more fancy house. I cut down some birch trees off camera to be able to do this. And honestly, it feels really good. Yes, we did have to tear up the sugarcane farm, but that wasn't permanent anyway. I'm excited to put that in its permanent location. But this building episode was awesome. I'm so glad you guys tuned in for it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't. Hit that notification bell if you haven't. And if you haven't yet, go check out that poll. I want to know what you guys think about that editing style. And I'll catch you guys back here with the next one. Alright? Alright.